Hi everybody, happy Thanksgiving. I'm here to give you a few little tips on how to make your Thanksgiving healthier. So I'm going to talk about a few tips, and then I'm going to go over, I have my menu here, what I'm all going to do, and I have some ideas. So I'm going to be posting these recipes on the blog, so make sure you sign up at littlechoicesmatter.com, and hopefully I'll have all these recipes up before Thanksgiving. Try and get them up before you do your grocery shopping, but I'm going to try. So first thing I want to talk about is don't cook when you're hungry. So make sure that you eat before you start cooking your Thanksgiving, so it helps you not to nibble. And if you do nibble, if you're a nibbler when you cook, I suggest that you have some pumpkin seeds or nuts, nut mixture, raw nut mixture. Pumpkin seeds are fun to do with the kids in the oven, so if you're a nibbler, that's a really good thing to have. Eat a really good breakfast, because if you have a really good breakfast, you're less inclined to eat too much the rest of the day. So I do a good hearty breakfast. And then when you sit down to the table and you eat, you'll want to eat slowly. So you'll want to, our brains, the whole signals don't get sent for 20 minutes. And so when you eat slower, then you're less inclined by the time it comes time for a dessert or, the other stuff that you like, the bread, then you're not going to pick up on it because you're going to be full from your salad. So, breakfast. I like to do a nice hearty breakfast. We do a couple turkeys here. We like to cook here. So we'll barbecue one outside. So we always put a turkey on the grill, and then we put a turkey in the oven. So my family, my one daughter who does the turkey on the grill will come a couple hours early, and then we like to do like an egg dish. And so I make this breakfast pizza, and it's very good. You can make it with sprouted bread, or you can make it with cottage cheese. It's delicious. So I have that recipe. You can also make some muffins if you want, or you can make yourself a protein shake. So if you're not going to do a breakfast with the family, or that's not your thing, then I suggest that you have a nice filling protein shake. Put some fiber in it and get yourself full before you start cooking. Okay, so some of the things that are going to be on mine, on my menu for appetizers, I always have veggies and dip. Always. So I have my little Heavenly Ranch dressing from littlechoicesmatter.com, and always make veggies and dip. My family loves that ranch dressing, so that's always on there. Let's see, I also make a pumpkin cream cheese dip that's really good with apples, so that's really yummy. And then for the actual meal, start with a green salad, and lots of veggies on the salad. And then of course we're going to have the saucy vinaigrette, or the Heavenly Ranch dressing, so you can load it up and not feel guilty. Let's see, I do cauliflower mashed, except I bake ahead of time. I bake a sweet potato and I mash it up, and then I put it in with the cauliflower. It just gives it a little extra flavor, and it's just delicious. So that's always like my fake mashed potatoes. So let's see, green beans. I know that when I grew up and I was raising my kids for Thanksgiving, we would always do this green bean casserole, and I'm sure you've either done it or seen the recipe. It's like you take these green beans and you throw in the cream of mushroom soup and throw the French fried onions on the top, the crispy things. Yeah, don't do that no more. I don't even like the flavor of that anymore. So what I do is I put in my green beans and I mix it with the signature blend spice, and I mix it all up in there, and I cook my beans on the stovetop, and then I take them out and I put butter on them, and I sprinkle the Heavenly Ranch over top, and this really adds a lot to the beans. The other thing I like to do is I like to toast sprouted bread. So I will crumble up bread and I'll put it in the oven, or I'll do it with coconut oil on the stovetop, whatever I really feel like doing. And I make my sprouted bread like a crunchy type of a bread. And then I sprinkle that over the beans at the last minute. So I got the reflection. It says Arizona sun shining on us. Let's see, I always do deviled eggs. My family loves deviled eggs, so I do it no matter when they come over. I always do deviled eggs, so that definitely will be on the list. Sprouted grain bread stuffing or dressing. I don't stuff my turkey. I do it on the side, so then it would be called dressing, but it's the same thing. So that I've been doing for a couple years now, and it's always very healthy and very delicious. Let's see, I do something with cranberries, just like this little mixture, so I'll have that on the website as well. Let's see, muffins, flourless muffins. Those are always good to have. So we always like bread for some reason with our meals. And if you're a rice person, we don't do rice here, but on Thanksgiving anyway, we do the rest of the year, but on Thanksgiving we stick with the potatoes. But if you like to do rice, then I suggest doing farro or wild grain rice. Those are really good. Wild grain works really well with turkey. I might even do wild grain this year. Haven't done it for a while, but it's always good. Or quinoa. So those are just some suggestions if you like to have that kind of a side dish. Let's see. I think I got all of my main stuff. For dessert, delicious, of course. Hopefully I won't be hungry by this point, but we usually have dessert later. I think what I'm going to do this year is I'm going to make an apple pie. I've done an apple pie before where I make the crust out of oats and ground up almonds, and so that's good and healthy. And then make the apple pie. The other thing I love to make is my apple nut crunch, and I love that anyways, just as a snack. It's just so good. I love to mix it with Greek yogurt. So I'll have that on the. Actually, I think that is on the website already, so I may just link it because then it won't take up a spot. And then of course you can have cut up apples, put them in the oven, throw some apple spice on it, and that's good too. The last thing I want to talk about is alcohol, beverages. So I love my red wine, but when I have somebody over here all day, like on Thanksgiving Day, I have a tendency to just sip wine all day. And so, I know, not good, but I love my red wine. So what I like to do if I'm going to be drinking wine for a number of hours, I always drink with a meal. But if I'm going to be drinking wine and have it, stretch over a couple hours, I mix my wine with cranberry juice and kind of make this little wine spritzer out of it. I'll even throw some fresh raspberries in it, and it's just really good. But it really helps the alcohol intake, spread it out, so that you're not having all this alcohol at a lot all day. And when you're eating with other people and drinking at the table, then you're not feeling like you're missing out, or have all of the, oh, I wish I was sitting here having a glass of wine, but I can't. Well, red wine is very good for us, and so having a glass or two is a great thing to do. But if you're going to be drinking for a long period of time and you don't want to consume a lot of alcohol, then that's my ticket. I always throw some cranberry juice and some they like a little spritzer and throw some fruit in it. So make myself a little wine spritzer. So anyways, I'm going to cut this down because I don't want to edit. So you guys all have a great Thanksgiving. Make sure you go to the blog, littlechoicesmatter.com, and sign up if you haven't already, so you can get all these recipes. Have a great Thanksgiving, a very healthy Thanksgiving, and I'll see you later.